you, Grenada Carriacou and PD Martinique. We want to say welcome and thank you to those of us joining us now on GBN Television and, of course, our social media platforms. Always great to be in your company. It's just about a minute gone past 11. I'm Janelle, and joining us virtually this morning is the Communications Officer at the Grenada Development Bank, Ms. Chriselle Benjamin Jerome. Chriselle, good morning and welcome to the buzz.
Good morning to you, Janelle, and all listeners and viewers of Classic. And the social media users, of course, because I think we're also on social media.
Yes, we're on Facebook and YouTube, to be exact. So how is it going? I anticipate it's going to be a very busy period for you. I know you've rolled out in the last couple of weeks a couple of initiatives for bus operators, and we see the challenge fund for farmers. And so how has it been going?
Good, excellent. I have to tell you, It's always going excellent at Grenada Development Bank because there is so much to offer. We are never lacking possibilities. We're never lacking offers and specials and loans for that matter. So it's been excellent.
Okay, and not just loans, but it's all about development and concessionary loans, and we saw that roll out a stimulus package more or less for the small business operators at 1% interest. People have they been gravitating towards that?
Yes, lots of questions. Many people are inquiring, but of course we do know that it takes time to get these things out there, and it takes the applicant time to get their documents together. So basically that's where we are now. Okay. Many people are asking, many people are wondering, okay, where can I go from here? What can I do with this? How can I apply? How can I benefit? Yes, so we are in the phase of basically providing the information to them, and they are in the phase of getting the necessary documents together, because we know that 1% loan, very, very, very attractive, but at the same time, like all our loans and all our loan products, they do have terms and conditions that need to be met. So, for example, one of the main or two actually of the main terms are that one, you must be tax compliant. And in order for you to be tax compliant, it means that your business must be registered, you must be keeping up with taxes. Yes. And the second one is that you must be registered with the NIS. So we have a lot of small business owners and even employees, who are not registered with the NIS for some reason. So if you are not tax compliant and you are not registered with the NIS as a self-employed person, then right then and there you do not meet the two of the main terms and conditions for that 1% loan that we're speaking of now, which is the COVID relief fund. So in order for you, that's where you start. That is where you start, because outside of that, there isn't much that we can do for that particular loan. So that is where you start if you're listening and probably you heard it for the first time, or probably you're wondering, how can I benefit? Then you need to start there. And after that, then we can go through all the other requirements and all the security options and whatnot. But that's very important for that particular loan.
You see, some of us, we just wait and we just learn the hard way. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way, I always say. A question I got recently, though, from someone who had interest in the small business loan. They wanted to find out, and I couldn't respond. I said I was going to ask you. Can they use it? Can they use it to pay off an existing loan and get those preferred rates?
The existing
loan is with you.
For what purpose?
So they have a business loan with the GDB already. They're asking, would it make sense? And I couldn't answer. Would it make financial sense to take the recovery loan and pay off the existing loan and get that preferred 1% interest rate?
So they're a customer of ours?
They already are a customer of yours.
Oh, well, they can simply speak with their loans officer. The loans officer will be able to advise them accordingly, because remember, the loans officer has that advantage of knowing the customer and the customer information, right? So they have that advantage where they can tell you exactly what it is that is you are able to do as the customer based on your current situation.
Okay.
So I would advise that person speak with their loans officer. That would be the best option for you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell them. I mean, that was actually my response. I said I'll speak to Chris because they said they were trying and not getting through. I imagine is the volume of calls you're dealing with.
Especially if they're a customer at present, then I would advise speaking to your
loans officer. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to get in a bit on the Challenge Fund for Farmers. Tell us a bit.
Fund for Agriculture.
Yes,
so last night there was an agriculture theme, and this morning I think when I signed on a little late to to the point.
Right.
But I think when I signed in just before, there was a doctor, but before that I think I heard the senator.
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I was late. I just heard a little piece, and I'm almost certain that was his voice that I heard.
Very distinct. He can't hide. It was Senator Roderick Sinclair, but the focus this morning was on, he brought a different, he basically introduced his friend who is a doctor in the U.S. to speak about vaccination, a different perspective. Yeah, but it was the Agriculture Senator Roderick Sinclair.
Right.
But he was on the program last night as well.
I didn't hear any of what he said, but I feel as if, when I said, so we spoke about agriculture last night, we spoke about agriculture this morning, I feel like I'm getting a sense that, the message is out there that
probably. But there is, I get a feeling there is renewed interest. And I think people are looking at the opportunities you're offering, the support, and they're thinking, maybe I can do this. I always see, based on the feedback I've been getting from people, that they weren't seeing agriculture as, this sector that can bring back sustainable returns. But they're thinking, maybe last night I heard the MNIB talking about plans, to engage farmers with contracts. If I can have those types of security and long-term planning, and then I can get financial support from the GDB, maybe it's not what I thought it was, and I think that's a discussion that we need to continue having to change the mindset around agriculture.
Well, we were always the agriculture bank. That is the purpose, exactly. And we continue to finance agricultural projects once it is that we receive the applications, and once it is that the person who sent in the application, the applicant, once they qualify based on the necessary terms and conditions. There isn't any reason why they will not be financed. But agriculture, we're here.
And Chris, I keep saying
anywhere. GDB didn't go anywhere.
it didn't. It kind of did take a back seat, though. It took a back seat, and we focused on other areas of development. I guess, and the returns were quicker and faster, but we need more focus on agriculture. And I have to say, enjoyed the presentation by the MNIB CEO last evening, and the plan she outlined to engage the farmers. I think she said she had over 100 farmers signed up already. Could you imagine what that means? Yes, this is good news. It means we're farming with a plan. We're going to see less wastage on the market, and that's always a plus. So,
excellent.
Yeah, and I know you're very keen on the support side. Tell us.
Always. Okay, so you've heard of the G-Cruise project before, Janelle, the Climate Resilience Water Sector in Grenada project. So it's a project that is financed by the government of Grenada and the Green Climate Fund and the government of Germany. And we've got partners. NAWASA is a partner, and Grenada Development Bank is a partner of that project. The project, G-Cruise, again, it means Climate Resilience Water Sector in Grenada. It is geared towards creating, resilience in Grenada's water sector. Janelle, we know about climate change. We have heard about global warming. We've heard about not having the amount of water that we need in 2030, 2025. I don't know how far away it is, but very soon it is said that we won't have sufficient water in order to survive. And in order for us to have sufficient water in order for us to survive, we need to be resilient. We need to create resilience in the water sector. So basically, we're saying that we use the amount of water that we need, or even less than the amount of water that we need to do the same things that we're doing now. So we don't want to waste any water, right? So the G-Cruise project is geared towards building resilience in the water sector, right? And there are a number of components of that project, and the different entities, Ministry of Agriculture, NAWASA, Grenada Development Bank, we all have different roles to play. So the role of Grenada Development Bank is to administer the challenge fund. So the challenge we've established is water. And the largest users of water in Grenada are from two sectors. Do you want to guess, Janelle, what the two sectors are?
I would probably say tourism and agriculture.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when we say tourism, we're speaking particularly about the accommodation sector. So we're looking at hotels and guest houses. So that particular project have put aside what we are calling the challenge fund in order to aid the agricultural sector and the tourism sector in being resilient in their water usage, right? So we've spoken about this before, that the challenge fund for tourism, it was launched. And what happens is that the hotels will receive grant financing in order to undertake water efficient measures in their facilities. Likewise, the agricultural sectors, we're speaking about farmers now, they will also receive grant funding to undertake similar measures on their farms. Measures that would allow them to be efficient in their water usage. So we are officially sending out an expression of interest to farmers. It's already in the works. We're going to be speaking with them one-on-one. We're going to be speaking with the farmer club. Well, I don't think there are farmer clubs, but what do they have? With tourism, you have the GTA, the GHTA, but you have farmers representatives, you have the extension officers and whatnot. So we would like to let the farmers know that that funding is available to them. So we're looking at up to 80% grant funding. We're seeing if it can be more, maybe it will be less, but hopefully more. And the farmers can undertake, again, water efficient measures. So we're looking at the installation or upgrade of drip irrigation systems or micro sprinkler systems. So we want to get away from using the heavy sprays that we see sometimes on the farm and move towards the drip. So that way we can be efficient in our water use. We're also looking at rainwater harvesting systems. Rainwater harvesting systems, as we know, it has been around for a long time. Sometimes it's done simpler than others. Sometimes it's as simple as placing a bucket or a drum underneath your spout. But maybe sometimes it's all the way to the extent that it's done in Carriacou with the system. Yes, but these days, technology makes it so much easier to get these things done. So farmers can use the rainwater instead of the water that comes from their pipe from NAWASA to water the plant. So you can institute the rainwater harvesting systems on your farm also. We're also looking at hydroponics, which is kind of getting a little trendy these days. Hydroponics, aquaponics, if you want to try farming a different way, if you want to be, again, efficient with your water use. And we're also looking at shade houses, greenhouses, that kind of things that allow your crops to be safe from the sun and retain a little bit more water. So all of that is that grant funding. It's available to the farmers. to undertake projects such as these.
Fantastic initiatives. I get excited when I hear this type of news, Chriselle. I'm wondering though, how will the funding be rolled out? Will it be, I have a project, I come to you before I implement the project and seek the funding, or is it I can get funding for projects that I've already completed?
Okay. So as I said, there are multiple partners in this project, right? And our role at Grenada Development Bank is administering the fund. So here is how it works for the farmers. There is an auditor, a water auditor, not a finance auditor, attached to the project. So the auditor, along with the Ministry of Agriculture, will visit your farm. You'll discuss what you may have in mind. Maybe you have thought of it, maybe you haven't. So together with the auditor, you can discuss projects that will be best suited for your farm, right? Oneself, along with the auditor, have decided that this is what we're going to do. You go ahead and you do that. The grant is a refund grant, yes? So you go ahead and you complete the project as decided upon by yourself and the auditor. Once that project is through, the auditor will revisit, ensure that the project was done as it was decided upon, and only then will Grenada Development Bank get involved by providing you the refund of the amount that was used as per the amount decided upon, whether it's a 50% or 80% grant. It's a refund grant.
Okay, so you get the funds after the project is completed.
You get refunded, yes.
Oh, got you. The water auditors, who are they assigned to?
They are assigned to the German government, the GIZ.
Okay. No, yes. I just wanted how we find the water auditors.
Yeah. So you don't actually
so the first step would be finding the auditors or coming to you first?
The first step is expressing interest.
Right. To you.
Yes. So basically, we're handling everything for you.
Right.
Yes. I actually have the names of two ladies who had expressed interest already. I have their name right next to me. Janelle, they did that, I think, since last year. And I keep saying to them, okay, we have not launched this yet. As soon as we do that, I'm going to get in touch with you. So I ensured that I placed the number right on the side of my telephone so that once we've gotten to the point where I know I have some information for them, I can give them a call and let them know. So we're working on getting that expression of interest out. It's going to be out in the media maybe by the end of next week, so that they are aware that they can reach out to the Ministry of Agriculture. They can reach out to me or any somebody in the bank if they would like that. And once we have their name, number, location, we can get the auditor to visit their farm, and then they can go forward based on whatever project it is that they would like to undertake.
Okay. For farmers who would have already taken the initiative and probably implemented some of these measures on their farms, water efficient projects on their own initiative, can they still come forward at this stage and still have your auditor visit their farm and evaluate their projects to see if they can get a refund on some of the investment?
Well, that can be something that's discussed. The audit is free of charge. So you are free to express interest in an audit. As a farmer, a hotelier, even as a homeowner, I think it would be very prudent of us to want to know where it is we are being efficient with our water use. So the audit is free. Whether it is the decision can be taken to refund you if it is that you've already completed the project, that will have to be decided upon by the management team of the project. So there is a management team of the project. Somebody from each of the entities are represented on the management team. So it will be something that's up for discussion.
Okay. I don't know how complex it is, but I always I'm always convinced that we're an island surrounded by water. How hard can it be to invest in a desalination plant? Is that something you think somebody could take up? Maybe not a farmer, but on a larger scale, because as you pointed out earlier, the water challenges are real. Resources are getting less and less, but we remain surrounded by water. Can a project like that be considered for some type of funding?
I'm going to say yes to considering.
All things can be considered.
Everything, we can consider everything. But on a serious note, I think there's some science behind desalination, because you need to be able to get the water at the right salinity or the lack thereof, the absence of it. And there is something to do with there's a pump in the sea and whatnot. I mean, I'm not technical in that area, but I do think it is a costly venture, because you need to and then you need to look at the distance. What's your distance from the sea?
Distance? We're surrounded.
Every 5 minutes, right? Every 5 minutes. But are we looking at a farm?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the complexities of it.
I do not know either, but
I
what
hope
we
somebody
do know
is
is
looking
that
at it.
consideration is a yes. We can always consider.
Before we go, Chris, I was always wondering, I know you have a lot of educational opportunities, and I know it's a season where people are getting off to study. And speaking of agriculture, recently we know there were some vacancies in that ministry that people weren't qualified to fill. Is that an area you're seeing people pursuing agricultural studies through the GDB?
What I can say is not as much as they pursue business administration. But at the end of the day, we do provide financing for every area of study. So the interest has to be there, and the person, the applicant or the student, needs to come in and apply for the loan. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't, well, probably you can, but we can't make someone interested in agriculture, in studying agriculture, and we can't make someone apply for a loan for agriculture. So we're basically working with the applications that we receive. I think what needs to happen from my personal standpoint, we need to start seeing agriculture as a science and what could be done, especially today in our technologically advanced world. Farming and agriculture, food is no longer what it used to be. And that person who may be interested in information technology, you might be surprised what you can create in terms of agriculture. Even using that love that you have for information technology, you may figure out how we can get breadfruit all through the year and have oil all through the year. You know, Janelle, I love pear, avocado pear. And it hurts me when I can't get it at some points. And then all of a sudden I have 4 and they decide to all ripe at the same time. You know?
I know the challenges.
But I think maybe if somebody who is into technology and love technology and is passionate about it, they can use technology and use science to tell me how I can have a pear every day from the 1st of January to the 30th of December. You laugh and we laugh, but I'm very serious. You know, I think that is what is important, because if you were present at the agriculture stakeholder workshop that was held, I think that was in June, if I'm not mistaken, late June, at the Trade Center. And we had the farmers there and the minister there and the senator there and other stakeholders. And one of the things that kept coming up is the technical support. You know, so you don't have the technical support. They don't have the support for the value chain, for having the product all the time, having the quality of the products, having the quantity of the products, right? And I think once we have found a remedy for the value chain problem that exists, we may just be going places that may just be the fix for agriculture. I mean, I don't know much, but because I have that problem with the pear, Janelle, I think this will fix it all for me.
I can empathize. It's not pear for me, it's mangoes.
Okay. I am okay with mango. Listen, I am okay with mango season. To say it's mango season and it's not mango season, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not having tomatoes at some point. I'm okay with not having lettuce, but I need the pear.
That's what you call a deep and abiding love right there.
I need the pear. I need the pear every day, all the time. And if we can fix that problem with the pear, we'll fix all the others after. But if we can fix that problem with the pear, I think we're on our way.
Okay, I got you. I got you, Chris. I'll bring a pear for you tomorrow. I hope it helps.
Thank you. It helps.
In terms of technical support for people interested in pursuing opportunities under the Challenge Fund for Agriculture, people may have ideas. I probably know what I want to see happen, but I don't have the technical expertise to make it happen. The people who are working together, the NAWASA, Government of Grenada, can we get
Ministry of Agriculture, right? So
right.
when we speak about the Government of Grenada, all ministries are encompassed under that. Right. So we have representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture present. We've got representatives from Finance Ministry, the Infrastructure Ministry. Mm-hmm. So basically, there are a pool of people who can assist. Okay. Who can be called upon if the relevant specialties are needed.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
Because of course, the GIZ team.
Right.
We've got water auditors, we've got technical officers, we've got water engineers, and everybody's there.
Okay.
So if it is that you've got an idea as a farmer and you would like to express your interest in the G Cruise project, particularly the Challenge Fund for Agriculture, mm-hmm. you can call us at the bank. You can call me. You can ask to speak with Chriselle, Jerome, or the lady on the radio. These are the things that happens,
yes.
Janelle.
Yes.
They ask for the lady on the radio, the one they heard on the TV, or something of the sort. So that's okay. I can provide you with the necessary information. I can take your necessary information, and it can be relayed to the relevant personnel who can assist you in doing the water audits, in developing your ideas a little bit more, and providing you that help that you need in order to get your farm into a climate resilient or water resilient farm.
Fantastic. And that is essential to the success of any program. That is essential. People have ideas most of the times, but they need that little bit of support to take it to the next level, and the project is all encompassing, all included. Thank you so much. You have 30 seconds to wrap and tell us anything we might have missed.
Well, again, we're sending out a clarion call to the farmers of Grenada. If you are registered, or is it licensed farmers, registered farmers?
Registered.
You can registered farmers, right? You can let us know that you are interested in the Challenge Fund for Agriculture. You can call us on 440-2382 or 405-3242. If you are interested in that. If you'd like to visit us, you can visit us. We are located on Melville Street, St. George, upstairs Shoes R Us, right opposite the Esplanade Mall. Or you can shoot us an email. Our email is gdbbank@spiceisle.com. And if you would like any of our other services or products, loans that we offer, you can use the very same options for contacts, and we'll be right here waiting to serve you. Awesome. And develop you through financing.
Awesome. You guys are really living up to your tagline a lot, even more. Development through financing.
Is
there a maximum amount that can be refunded on this project?
Well, yes, there is a maximum amount, but the maximum would be based on the project because rainwater harvesting will have its own maximum. If you're doing hydroponics or aquaponics, it will have its own maximum. So that's why it's important that we understand what exactly it is you would like to do as part of the project.
Okay. Thank you so much, folks. We've been chatting there with Ms. Chriselle Benjamin Jerome. She is the Communications Officer at the Grady Development Bank. And as you just heard, quite a few opportunities for farmers, and we're talking about farming and we're getting serious about farming, and we know the water challenges we have. We see a lot of time farmers complaining about their produce on the ground spoiling because they can't get water, and you know, the lettuce burning, and we hear the concerns, and this is an opportunity to get some financing to turn that around and to have more efficient water systems on your farm. It's going to go a long way towards improving your overall production. So we want to thank Ms. Jerome for sharing that information with us this morning. You can contact the GDB. They're on Melville Street. I know some farmers, they want to talk on the phone. They want to go in and see personally. You can go into the GDB on the Melville Street, ask for Ms. Benjamin Jerome or your loans officer, or not loans, it's not loans, it's a grant. The lady on the radio should work. The lady on the radio should work for this one. Thanks so much, Chris, for coming in and sharing. We appreciate it. Folks, we have to leave it here. It is 27 and a half minutes on to 12. At the top of the hour, we have the midday edition news for you. But in the meantime, I'll keep you company on Classic Radio. We want to say goodbye to our viewers now on GBN television and social media platforms. Always a pleasure having you. I'm Janelle. Until another time. Bye-bye for now.